So imagine it's the Middle Ages, you're casually living your life, nothing is out of the ordinary, minus the fact that your sister is encaged in a cell. And then all of a sudden, giant freaking helicopters start dropping down, slaughtering everybody in your village. You thought it was a dragon's fart, and you're probably thinking, Fornev, what the hell are you on? What are you talking about, dog? Well, if you've been following my Fornever news segments, then you would know that the author of Fullmetal Alchemist was coming with another one. Hiromu Arakawa was coming with a new manga. It's been hyped up, honestly, for quite some time now throughout 2021 that Hiromu Arakawa had a new manga in the works, and it just dropped the first chapter a few days ago. It is called Yomi no Tsugai, and I'm gonna just keep it a buck right here before we even jump into the nitty-gritty about things so that you can maybe go read it and then come back to this video and hear what I got to say, because I read a lot of new manga during 2021, anything from Hunter's Guild Red Hood and You're Aware the Martial Artist to Ayashimon, Doran Dororan. Like, I read a lot of different things that just started out in 2021. Some of them fizzled out, some of them are still around, some of them just started, and I gotta say that Yomi no Tsugai from the author of Fullmetal Alchemist is easily the strongest chapter 1 of anything that I read. And again, y'all know I was hyping a lot of these series, but hands down, this is easily mind-blowing, shocking, very serious. I feel like this could go the distance of, like, similar to how Fullmetal Alchemist went, or even think, not that it's similar in any way, but Vinland Saga, in terms of it is a very serious story, very dark story, and I'm still trying to understand and comprehend what the hell I just read with chapter 1 of Yomi no Tsugai, because they talking about dragon farts and helicopters dropping and slaughtering people, and what are you doing, Hiromu Arakawa, blowing my mind with great manga? Like, you already gave us a classic with Fullmetal Alchemist, now you're bringing us another one, what looks like at the very least, based off chapter 1's insane hype. Let's talk, people, because I'm serious when I say best first chapter I read of anything new in 2021.
No matter how you move, get it done. No matter how you move, get it done. No matter how you move, get it done. No matter how you move, get it done.
So again, in case you ain't here, Yomi no Tsugai by Hiromu Arakawa. Chapter opens up immediately where a woman is giving birth to apparently twins, and an old lady is telling her, yo, that second one, hold off on that, it's about to be dawn. And apparently the reasoning behind that is the children are going to become rulers of the Tsugai. So this old lady is giving her a hint of, hey, if you hold off on giving birth to the other child, the fact that they're twins is going to have some impact on becoming rulers of whatever the heck this Tsugai is. And you see that the two kids that were born, one has white hair, one has black hair, and apparently they were divided by being born night and day. The woman held on from giving birth all the way through to the time it hit night, so that way they could be, again, divided by time, and ultimately it has some obvious impact down the road. And our chapter opens up with seemingly the main character, Yuru, and he is fascinated by what looks like, I don't know if it's a chemtrail or what the heck is going on, smoke in the air of some sorts that looks like from an airplane or an aircraft of some sorts, and he's like, oh wow, it's a beautiful day for some dragon farts. And I'm just there like, dragon farts. I ain't gonna lie, what an interesting way to start things off. We already had some crazy birth of two brothers, which Fullmetal Alchemist, two brothers with an interesting correlation to their mother and stuff like that. Wow. And then dragon farts. And in case you ain't noticed, I've had a blast talking about dragon farts. And we are introduced to Yuru and seemingly his brother, Donji, and they look like they're field workers, and apparently Yuru has a sister named Asa, and again, just kind of blew my mind because he's going to visit his sister Asa, and it looks like she's in a cage of some sorts, and I don't know if it's that she's doing a ritual or something there, but he's going to visit his sister in like a cage, and it looks like it's in a dark area, and I'm just kind of like, what is going on here? Because it looks kind of normal, again, set in the Middle Ages, and these two brothers and all this jazz, but there's clearly from the jump a very dark and ominous vibe about this story. Like, why is his little sister in a cage? And then the old lady had told him that, oh yeah, she's done with her duties for the day, so everybody that is aware of her clearly knows that his sister is locked in a cage. Like, what? And apparently Yuru, because again he works in the fields and it's the Middle Ages, there's the idea of like, yo, if you go down to the mainland, you could get opportunity and all this jazz, but he refuses because he won't leave his sister. Apparently their mother and father, Asa's mother and father, had left her behind, and she's like, you promise you won't leave me, you won't abandon me, so he will not leave, despite the fact that even Danji's like, yo, you got opportunity to get out of here, man, like what? Which, off the rip, and I'm still kind of to this point confused whether or not those two twins that were born were Yuru and Danji, or was it Yuru and Asa? Just got to throw that in there. I'm imagining it's more Yuru and Danji, but there seems to be less importance on Danji. He looks like an average Joe, and more into this brother and sister. And then there was even a point where Danji questioned, because apparently he'd never seen Asa before. He questioned if Yuru has made up this sister, which I'm even more confused. Like, but you calling him bro, but you have a sister, and Danji's questioning if she's real because he's never seen this sister. Like, what? Then a hand drops some sand. We see the town, and all hell breaks loose. Boom! Helicopters. And I'm like, what is going on here? I'd only imagine maybe some black magic was done to bring futuristic technology into the Middle Ages, because we're in the Middle Ages in some little town and shit, and helicopters are dropping. The dude thought these were dragon farts, and it was the smoke from the helicopters. Like, what? And it is brutal, I'm not even gonna lie. Yes, from time to time I get a little impressed, like, oh wow, we're starting off on this type of dark vibe, because dudes is getting their neck slashed. Like, it is gruesome. Like, what? Then we're also introduced to another character that is with an eye patch, very sick design. It's on the covered page of this chapter to begin with, and apparently this character is going to kill Yuru's sister Asta Yuru's sister Asta, that is locked in that cage, and this character is disgusted with Asta's existence. And as this character is like blasting everything there, Yuru shows up and is like, what are you doing to my sister? And the eye patch character is like, I am your sister, it's me, Asta. What is going on, yo? I love it. What is going on? I ain't gonna lie, these are some of the key ingredients for me personally as a reader that you grab my attention. You make things really abstract and bizarre, but really hype at the same time. And you got me, because I have so many questions right now, but it's so weird and intriguing. And following seemingly killing the girl in the cage, this person that is now claiming to be Yuru's sister Asa is like, don't worry, I'm gonna kill everyone in the village except you though. Like, everything's all good. I'm like, Hiromu Arakawa came for blood, apparently. We're even introduced to another chick that looks whacked out of her mind. She came in the helicopters as well, and she has like this creature that is just like a jaw of teeth next to her that is just chomping dudes' heads off and shit like that. It is so bizarre because they're waging war and like decimating everybody, slaughtering everybody in this village, and almost next to nobody, minus like one or two dudes, in particular one dude, Dede, I believe his name was, that is actually fighting back, because it seems that all of this technology is like really foreign to almost everybody in this village, minus this guy that he's busting shots, he's grabbing the gun. I don't even think they knew what guns were, because they're like, yo, what is this? I remember the brother Danji was like, what just flew by me? And it was that they shot a bullet, one of these soldiers, at like a rock next to him, and he didn't even know what a bullet was. But this dude Dede is busting shots with the gun and fighting back, and I'm like, okay, he clearly knows more about whatever this is that's happening. So either they've been isolated and secluded to this village and we're not in the Middle Ages, or he knows the sorcery of what's happening here. And he repeated, I want to say multiple times throughout the chapter, that apparently the ward is broken. He even got on a cell phone, which is even more bizarre, because again, isn't this like the Middle Ages? What is he doing with a cell phone? How does he know what a cell phone is, or to use one? Where did he get it? Why is he busting shots? Who is this guy? What is going on? Oh, it's so freaking hype. Going back a little bit just to the iPads person that is claiming to be Asa, one of the things that I noticed was it almost looked like this person took the consciousness of this sister, because as this character is speaking to Yuru, she's like, oh, I'm sorry, I'm not used to these powers yet, which is kind of like if Asa got out of the cage and took the form of this body. And even when the dude Dede was on the phone with whoever he was talking to, he said it looks like Asa has come, but wasn't Asa in the cage? So was Asa make-believe all along? Is Yuru crazy and they were just entertaining his nonsense buffoonery like the old lady and stuff? Because yeah, his sister died a long time ago supposedly, or was supposedly killed a long time ago. Maybe one of those twins was whisked away and like swore vengeance on this village. Like, again, a lot of questions, but just really freaking hype. In case you can't tell, I'm really invested already. And Dere, the guy with the guns and an amulet, meets up with Yuru and starts telling him, take this amulet, put it in that statue right there. Apparently the statue is like a god of some sort, Sasu-sama, and he's like, put the amulet in there. Just do it. Listen to me. And upon doing that, some electrical ghost-looking spirits come out. Again, it just keeps getting weirder. And strikes down the helicopters. And a woman that looks very awesome. I love her design. And a dude that looks like a Oni, a demon of sorts, but he's still like a humanoid man, appear. And with them appearing, the girl with the monster that has teeth or whatever is like, oh shit, some Tsugai appeared. What's going on here? And as those two are talking, they say, hope it's a weakling. Oh dear, our master is a kid. And Yuru is told from Dere that these two people are his Tsugai, and it looks like when they were summoned, they attacked the helicopters. I don't know if this is like there's some Pokemon type of things that they're summoned like spirits to fight for him. What is going on? But I am gonna lie, this was, I want to say it is my favorite brand new first chapter of anything I've read. It's a very serious and dark story. It's shonen at the same time, but it has some really awesome stuff. And if the tone of this series is similar to this, just really abstract and crazy, then holy cow, Hiromu Arakawa might have caught one again. Because I am gonna lie, like there's a couple other manga that Hiromu Arakawa has been involved in throughout the years. Silver Spoon, Life on a Farm wasn't my thing. Then I believe Hiromu Arakawa has done the art for the Heroic Legend of Arslan. I checked out the first volume. I wasn't a big fan either. This right here though, Yomi no Tsugai, this could be next up. And I believe this is like a Square Enix manga if I'm not mistaken. But fam, right here, I hate to throw this around because people say I've thrown it around throughout my time, but this might be next up. This might be the next big thing. And it's not a Jump title. It's not a, I don't know. Is it Kodansha, Square Enix? I'm not sure. But either way, I absolutely love this first chapter. I highly encourage anybody that wants a dark and twisted first chapter story, check it out. Author of Fullmetal Alchemist. Fullmetal Alchemist is considered a classic and considered one of the best shonen of all time. And this shit right here looks like it could take it to a whole other level. Two brothers with a crazy destiny. But shit is crazy and there's dragon farts. What? I am extremely, immensely curious what you guys think if you read this first chapter. What is going on? Who was the sister that was in the cage that is now apparently the person with the eye patch? Was that a fake all along? Maybe the village was bamboozling Yuru all along, and that person that was in the cage was just some random girl from the village, not Asa. Asa, they've been lying to him all along, was his real sister, one of those siblings. They were probably fraternal twins that was whisked away and something dark happened. Like, yo, I came from my brother, and who knows, maybe Donji and the rest of them are not even related at all. I'm guessing that probably that's what it is. The twins are Yuru and Asa, the person with the eye patch. Also, your thoughts on this dude Dere that got the cell phone and how we're in the Middle Ages seemingly, but there's helicopters and guns, like, just insane. And if you haven't read it, are you gonna go check it out? I know I spoiled a lot of shit, but at the end of the day, I had to tell you all the ins and outs. This first chapter's so good, yo. I really hope it keeps on this way because this could be huge. And your overall thoughts and expectations, again, Yomi no Tsugai from the author of Fullmetal Alchemist, Hiromu Arakawa. This shit was gas. Extreme gas. My favorite first chapter of a new series, 2021. Hype. That's all I have for this one though. Thanks for watching. Hope you enjoyed. If you liked anything I had to say or enjoyed the video, drop me a like. I'd greatly appreciate it. And if you want more from me, make sure to subscribe. Follow me on Twitter, Instagram. Hit that bell to get all notifications. And if you want to follow any of my other social media, links are in the description below. I'm ForneverWorld, and as always, people, have an awesome day. And remember the golden rule: anime and manga for life, boy. Have an awesome day. Peace in, and I highly encourage you, check this shit out. I ain't gonna lie, it's hype. I'm doing this video for a reason, fam. It's not about anything other than if you see what I see of the greatness and potential, Yomi no Tsugai. Let's go. You what I know, so just go to find it.